Hi there, this is Tan. Today we're talking about a Chinese EV company that's competed aggressively with Tesla in its home country. Even though it tried many ways to attract customers away from Tesla, so far Tesla is still holding a huge market share in China. The company that I'm talking about is NIO. So in this video, we're talking about how NIO plans to compete against Tesla. Before we continue, please smash the like button, and if you have to see more such videos, please subscribe to this channel. Firstly, we were talking about the business model of NIO. NIO is a Chinese automobile manufacturer headquartered in Shanghai, specialized in designing and developing EVs. The company is also involved in the FIA Formula E Championship. All through, NIO has ended up funding the team after selling to Lixian Racing. After launch, several companies invest in NIO, including Tencent, Temasek, Baidu, Sequoia, Lenovo, and TPG. Its first model, the NIO EP9 sports car, debuted the same day that the brand was established. Next, we're talking about why some Chinese are buying local EV car brands like NIO instead of Tesla. Chinese consumers think about whether to buy Tesla electric car or local alternative have two things at the top of their mind: price and driving range. That is according to anecdotes gathered by CNBC. Competition from around the country that did not represent collective research. But the comment shed light on what some Chinese customers care about in China, the world's largest automaker market. US listed Chinese car startup NIO, Xpeng, and Li Auto saw delivery surge last year despite a slump in the overall auto market and the COVID-19 pandemic. Shares of the company saw in 2020 but pulled back this year. To be clear, Tesla is still the market leader for high-end EVs in China. Doing a quick check at the start of the evening commute one day, CNBC found 11 Tesla cars passing by, along with two new SUV, one from WM Motors and Xpeng latest P7 sedan. Next, we'll be looking at the reasons for Chinese to choose to buy an EV company from China as compared to a local EV. Firstly, the price was a major consideration. NIO starting price is low, but many features comes at an additional cost, Chen said. The Shanghai resident had previously bought Xpeng's G3 in 2019 and later a BYD electric car for his father in June of 2020. Part of NIO's strategy is selling many car features via a subscription model. For example, the company launched a battery as a service plan last year that charged customers a monthly fee for battery power, similar to a regular fuel charge for a traditional gas-powered car. He said he did not have a chance to try out Tesla Model 3 beforehand, but he did not have that good of an impression based on his fans' experience and online stories about poor customer service at stores. How far the car could drive on a single battery charge was another important factor for Chinese commuters. Zhang Zhen, 41 years old, lived in a cold part of northern China and was concerned about an electric car's ability to have enough power to complete a driving trip while heating the vehicle. So last fall, the family bought a Li One, which comes with a fuel tank for charging the battery. Zhang said his wife primarily used the car to send and pick up the children from school, a daily distance of around 10 km. The children also prefer his wife's car to his non-electric car because they can watch cartoons on the vehicle's built-in interior screen, Zhang said. But he found repairs more of a hassle than for a non-electric car and said he would not consider buying another such vehicle in China's northeast region due to the lack of public charging infrastructure there. To support the local development of EVs, the Chinese government has launched subsidy programs and emphasize the build-out of a national charging network. While comparing with the US, the majority of cars in China do not have fixed parking space, making it difficult for many drivers to have regular access to battery charging stations, according to Ming Huang, founding partner at Future Capital Discovery Fund and investor in Liu Auto. Finally, many Chinese drivers are choosing EVs because of favorable government policies such as programs that make it far quicker and cheaper to get license plate for EVs. Due to efforts to reduce congestion and pollution in Chinese cities, locals often need to wait years to buy expensive license plates for fuel power cars. Secondly, we'll be talking about the global chip shortage that could hit NIO's electric car production. Chinese electric car startup NIO said on last Tuesday a global chip shortage will force it to manufacture fewer cars in the second quarter. High demand for electronics amidst the COVID-19 pandemic and pressure from US-China trade tensions on the highly specialized semiconductor supply chain have contributed to a backlog in chip manufacturing. Major automakers have had to cut production as a result, with Chinese-based NIO the latest to announce such reduction. The company has ramped up production capacity in February to 10,000 vehicles a month, an increase from 7,500 previously, founder William Li said in a quarterly earnings call on last Tuesday. But a shortage in chips and batteries means NIO will need to fall back to 7,500 level in the second quarter, he said. Next, we'll be talking about how an analyst feel that NIO is well positioned to capture a lot of Chinese EV market. The Chinese electric car startup released its first sedan, the ET7, on last Saturday. With self-driving technology features that it claims surpass that of Tesla. An ET7 with 70 kWh battery packs start at around 448,000 yuan before subsidies. He explained that the company has already established itself as a premium brand in the SUV category, where it is selling at a higher rate than its peer groups in China. China is already the world's largest automaker market. In its bid to become a leader in EV technology, Beijing has supported the industry with subsidies, user restrictions, and the building out of Chinese infrastructure. Homegrown electric vehicle maker including NIO, Li Auto and Xpeng said deliveries surged last year. Government data also showed that the sales of pure EV from January to November jumped 4.4% on year versus a 7% drop in overall passenger car sales in the same period. Still, the deliveries numbers came short of Tesla. Finally, we'll be talking about the stock movement of NIO. Looking at the stock movement of the stock, we could see the stock peers keeps on going higher until early February. This is due to many investors looking for more growth in the stock market. However, when inflation keeps on going higher, many growth investors are afraid that inflation is coming, which will cause the Federal Reserve to increase the interest rate. On top of that, the bond market is on the rise, which could affect the stock market. Hence, many investors move out of the stock along with the whole entire stock market. In conclusion, NIO is a Chinese electric car company that is trying to compete aggressively in China. Given how strong Tesla has been in both in China and the US, it will be tough for any company to compete against it. Hence, we do not know how well NIO could compete against Tesla outside of China. With that, thank you and have a nice day. Goodbye.